Everybody to the Top Cut. We're going to be answering some viewer questions now. Take it away, Krim.
Replaced. I got replaced.
You did a pretty good job.
Well, Ben spoke too quickly, actually.
I'm
so
a natural.
A little bit cut off, but that's okay.
Oh man, you're not a natural, all right? You need to work hard. This stuff takes time, all right? You don't just naturally get good at this stuff. You need to work hard and
Eat right. You gotta eat right, work hard.
Talent to speaking correctly. It's not difficult.
All right, man. Look, you want to do my job? Can't,
yeah.
Because it's mine. I called it. All right. The very first question that
Call
we
dibs.
I got dibs on it. The very first question we have is actually from Tim Cow. And he's asking, hey, so I'm sort of new to the Pokemon TCG and I wanted to build a Cradily deck for fun. What would be a good, quote-unquote, build for it? Well, a Cradily deck is exactly what I would want to build too. So please, Kyle, tell me what Drew's going to be building.
Oh. You know, it's funny. I responded to that question on our Facebook page already. And I said, nobody has found a good way to use Cradily yet, so we can't help you very much. Sorry. So I think it's interesting that you decided to ask this question.
I have a good idea for this. You obviously have to run some sort of basic Pokemon, and that's going to be a problem. So I figure, why don't you run like 4 Spiritombs, like the new Spiritomb, and then you Cradily, and then you Cradily out like Empoleons. Huh?
What?
I think
why not
the
just
problem.
I thought it was pretty good.
You can never really run the stage 2s without, like, if you're gonna run stage 2 attackers, you can't really just run the stage 2 attackers, because, like, alright, you use Life Explosion and you get a couple out, and then your attackers get knocked out. What do you do?
Life Explosion again!
Life Explosion again! So, like, in theory, the whole Cradily concept is pretty flawed. If you're gonna try something for fun, I tried a really terrible Nidoking deck. It was not very successful. You could run something. The only thing I could think of that would actually like work, something like a Blastoise Samurott kind of thing.
You can run.
You can power up Samurott.
Blastoise Wailord?
I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, I guess obviously we can't really say, what this deck's gonna be competitive or whatnot, but there has to. Whoa, my camera! It died on me. But there have to be some. I have the mustache going. There have to be some cool concepts that you can really come up with when it comes to like making all these stage 2s and whatnot, because you do have the ability to just not have to play so many basics and stage 1s in your deck list to bring these guys out. So there should be some cool stuff you can do, but obviously at the same time you have to keep in mind that you're rarely going to be competitive, just because the concept of Cradily itself is obviously a little flawed. You start dealing with evolutions or with the fossils. But I do agree that that there have to be some cool combos that you can come up with. That's part of the fun with Cradily now. I feel like you guys can't hear me.
It's It's more fun in theory than in practice. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I have a good time talking about Cradily. I do not have a good time playing Cradily.
Would Cradily be good if it were a basic Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Worlds actually. Me, Cram, and Potter first found out about Cradily. When we got to our first hotel room at Worlds, and immediately Pram just like goes nuts looking through his binder for all these stage 2s, and he goes like, "Oh, I found it! It's the best deck in the format." Can't remember what the 2 stage 2s were, but he was.
I don't know.
It's probably Empoleon Dusknoir, knowing him.
I have a good good. I like talking about Cradily. I will never play Cradily. I tried doing this back with Garchomp level X. Yeah, that was it. Garchomp level X.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, way back, and it was fun. Sorta.
Okay. We're gonna go to our next question from John Orhel. what decks are you excited to play with the new first turn rules, and do you see Gothita in any form making a comeback? I'm assuming he means Gothitelle.
Yeah.
Biggest thing I'm upset about the new first turn rules are first ticket and obviously Tornado CX. But overall, there's a lot of cool Stage 2 decks you can try out now. I'm actually really excited to play Round.
Okay. What about you, Kyle?
Round is actually very fun to play. I think it has some new life because you don't get your Timple knocked out on the first turn. Most of the time, at least.
Can you send me some cards for Round, Kyle?
Online?
No, I don't need them online. I need them for real tournaments.
Oh man, I gotta have my own.
What do you think you got?
Yeah, man, I'm not made of cards here. But I've beaten 2 Verizon Genesect decks with Round. I'm proud of that. It's got to be a bad matchup. You're weak to grass. But you just need 5 Pokemon with Round in play and a Silver Bangle, and you do 180 damage. That's not difficult when you have 4 Meloetta EX. So, deck is actually pretty fun to play. I do not really see Gothitelle making a comeback. It would have to be some insane metagame call, because Virizion kills it, at least the Excelgor versions. I do like if, for some reason, also Genesect kills it, because Red Signal just moves it out of the way. Then they can play items again. But it is pretty cool if Plasma decks got popular again. You can actually just put a Silver Mirror on a Gothitelle, and you instantly win the game.
Yep.
So there are some cool things you can do with it.
Okay, does anybody disagree?
No, I think Round's really cool.
Any other decks you might be excited to play with the new first turn rules, even though we've already mentioned you like Empoleon?
I've already mentioned I like Empoleon, yeah, so... I like Tool Drop. Outside of the energy, or outside of Crushing Hammer, but I like Tool Drop.
We're getting a lot of questions about decks, so I'm going to ask this other one. Matt Pappas asks, do you think Emboar is a decent deck for the format? So, real quickly, do you guys feel like Emboar might be a good play?
Not initially. I still think there's a lot of people who's going to stick to their guns with what they've been playing last format. So at some point, there's going to be a lot of Kirums who stop playing Kirum, a lot of Plasma players. I think initially there will be still quite a few people who play Plasma Kirum, and that's not very good for Tepig.
I think that art on Emboar is reason enough to play it.
What about Emboar itself? Like, assuming that
no, I don't really care for it. I figure you might as well just run Blastoise at that point, because you can still run Keldeo and actually attack with Keldeo. Pretty big deal.
Fair. True.
You know what? I like it. You run Rayquaza EX, obviously. You're probably 50-50 with Blastoise. I can't see you being much worse, since you trade really easily with Dragon Burst. You have superior energy retrieval. You don't have to worry about Catcher anymore, at least not as much. And you have Fire on your side, so you're actually good against the Genesect decks. So I don't think Emboar's that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
What do you think its weaknesses are then?
Probably just the same Blastoise as Garbodor mainly. Emboar's worst enemy has always been itself. It's so reliant on what's in your hand. Very vulnerable to N. But the catcher thing is a big deal. One of the biggest weaknesses Emboar always had was getting it stuck in the active spot. So I think that's gone. Another thing is it always seems to run out of energy. You don't have that Keldeo to fall back on. That thing where you can just stack energy on it and just keep attacking. Emboar doesn't have that. It has to use Mewtwo. That's the biggest downfall.
Yeah, okay. Well said. I think you guys covered that pretty well. Let's see. Let's ask this question. Matthew Medeiros asks, what value rarity do you think the Mega EX will hold? I assume Seeker or higher, with gold Zekrom Reshiram being valued at 50 plus already. I expect the Mega to be big money if they're able to be used in decks. So basically, he's saying, do you guys feel like these are going to be EX rarity or even rarer?
The Mega Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mega, yes.
I think they will all be bad and not be worth much just because they're unplayable.
Well, even if they were, I mean, you still have, like, for example, he's saying the Gold Zekrom Reshiram obviously aren't very playable, and they're holding pretty good value.
Well, Gold Reshiram and Zekrom are different. You don't really have anything, like, as far as cards go that are gold. You just have, like, the gold items that you have now, and they're not even, like, a full art gold. So you have something pretty special with that. But as far as the Megas, Charizard, that's going to be worth a lot. And each of the Megas are still going to be worth a lot. I think they're going to be worth more than just regular, plain EXs. Like, they'll hold their value. But they're not going to be, like, $50, $60 cards,
I think they'll be the same rarity as, like, a full art, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I would hope that that's all their rarity is going to be, and not, not like gold Pokemon rarity.
Maybe it's like one per box. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. It's times like these that I wish we had like one of those like gurus that like specializes in card value and whatnot. That way he would be able to give us special insight.
I wish we had something like that.
Yeah, but we don't. So we're just gonna have to go off our own kind of intuition here.
Mega Venusaur EX is 230 HP. That's just printing money. Like cards with big numbers on them.
It's even green.
Is that the highest HP we've ever seen? It is, right?
Yes.
200 was previously
until we see Blastoise.
I call 250, I think.
On Blastoise, it'll be the same as Venusaur.
I don't know.
250 period. Like remember how we were talking about what the highest HP we thought we were gonna see for Megas? Somebody said 200. We were all over the place, but I think somebody might have said 230. For some reason, that number
I said it would be either 230, would be like the high, and I still think it'll probably be the high, or I said it was going to be like 270 or 280.
You don't think Mega Charizard's going to see higher?
No.
Must I remind you of the base set days when we saw 100 HP Venusaur, 100 HP Blastoise, and then boom, 120 Charizard?
120 Chansey.
That's not how it is in the video game.
Exactly, but the card game's always been different. The card game's always favored Charizard.
I bet you it'll be a little bit better than Venusaur, but it will have the same HP or less.
We might make
I think Charizard pretty much always does get higher HP than the other ones.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Just the way it is,
Charizard,
they just like Charizard.
So just make it more powerful.
Sometimes Charizard's even different types, man. Sometimes it's
stupid.
fighting.
They know when they print a Charizard with big numbers, they're going to sell a lot of cards.
Yeah. It's like their infatuation with Pikachu. It's like, why would they single out Pikachu? I mean, because people like it. Same thing with Charizard.
Right.
Like Charizard EX, the first one, they knew when they put 200 on that card that people were going to buy their cards like crazy.
Time to start a Charizard collection. That collects.
Those are a lot of money.
These things
Good
are
luck.
expensive, man. Charizard is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout history, honestly, you can invest your money in gold or you can invest your money in Charizard. It's the same thing.
Let's see, even the most recent of those starters, Blastoise 140 HP, Venusaur 140, Charizard 160.
Rest my case.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 250 HP for Charizard.
I would agree.
It does 150 damage, They don't make Charizard good ever. They just put big numbers on it.
I'll make a bet.
I would not be surprised if Charizard had 250 health and 250 damage on one of its attacks.
I will bet that it does less. It has less than 250 HP.
With the Mega
I'll bet
Evolutions,
real money.
We can't do that on the show, man.
with the Mega Evolutions,
Not setting a good example.
Black
We can
Ballista might not be that good
that.
anymore.
Salty
You were saying,
bet.
Fran?
With the Mega Evolutions HP, Black Ballista might not be that good.
Emboar.
Emboar's like the solution.
No, Charizard's gonna cost fighting energy to use. Like it
Yeah,
normally
it would be the third one.
For some reason, it just costs fairy energy, and you're just like, but what? It's a dragon, sorta.
But I guess sticking to the original topic,
There'll be two Charizard Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, there are two different Charizards.
if I had to guess, I'm gonna guess $40 for these Mega Evolutions for now. That's
40?
mine. It is high. I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of collectors with the XY set.
15 for a Venusaur.
I feel like the XY set is going to bring on a lot of collectors. Like a lot of Pokemon that people that haven't played Pokemon in a while are going to be interested in Pokemon XY cards. And there's going to be collectors that want these Mega Evolutions. That's just my guess.
I think Blastoise will be worth more than Venusaur, wherever Venusaur ends up at.
Yeah.
I think we
Sure.
can all agree Venusaur has been the least popular of the three.
Yeah, I mean, like, though, there is a Bulbasaur on your wall.
It's true.
That's because it's secretly the best one.
No, it's not. Squirtle's always been the best. Bulbasaur's always been the worst, actually. But, I mean, it is what it is.
Squirtle. Bulbasaur beats Squirtle. Fight me.
Not at level 5, buddy.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. They just tackle each other to death. It's a 50-50. Anyways, the next question is actually from Amanda Coves, who, again, designed our logo and designed Kurt. So she asks, how do you all feel about league challenges during the cities and state series? Do you think they'll see a lot of attendance? I know that we had a league challenge at Arizona regionals. I don't know if any of the other regionals did the same, but
Yeah, there was a league challenge.
yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense to see them at these other larger tournaments because you're going to get a higher attendance. I don't know what else to say about that.
I think league challenges will see slightly less attendance percentage-wise than Battle Roads did last year, but just by a little bit. Just because some of them cost money, some of them are free though. I've seen a free one, and for me, traveling, like, I think there's one this weekend actually on the 16th. I'm not gonna go to it just because it's 3 hours away, even though it's free.
It's a 3-hour
Hey,
drive.
I'm really not as excited about these as I was for Battle Roads. I feel like there was a big chunk of the season missing when there were no Battle Roads before the first regional. I really didn't like that. Hopefully next year they'll have league challenges before the first regionals. It just didn't feel right. I don't know. Just starting off the season with that big tournament. But for some reason I haven't even looked into league challenges. Whereas with Battle Roads, I always knew, like, all right, I need to go to these Battle Roads. There's another phase of the tournament season. But now I'm mainly just confused. Like, I don't know when these things happen, and they just kind of happen sporadically throughout the year.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing.
Yeah, I have, like, no idea when the next league challenge is. It's like...
I think it's next week and the week after. It's at the end of every league season.
Mm-hmm.
I have, like, there's like league challenges for like the next 3 weekends for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally like these league challenges. I think that the format for them, even though they're not like clustered like Battle Roads were, like you had a cluster of Battle Roads and that was it. Even though you don't have that, I feel like it's a lot more accessible for people like myself who obviously don't travel to Battle Roads. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to travel 3 hours, like Potter was saying. I've always been a fan of just having, cities are larger for traveling, and then Battle Roads, if you have them locally, fine. That's what they should be. I don't think people should be required to drive 3 hours for a Battle Road, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would like to see more things from Pokemon like F&M, Something like that would be very cool.
I agree. I mean, that's basically what League is, except for obviously it doesn't have prizes or whatnot, or it does, but not F&M prizes.
The leagues are scheduled, like whenever like the league sets the day for the week, It would be just nice to have like a uniform thing. That'd be really neat.
Yeah, where everybody just says, "Oh, hey, I'm at League," and everybody's at League at the same time.
FNP, Friday Night Pokemon.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's get the ball rolling. But yeah, I personally like the league challenges, and I think that we'll see quite a bit of attendance. But like Potter said, we'll probably see a lower attendance than we did for Battle Roads just because of the money issue. A lot of local players won't want to spend the money. Let's see. New question. Austin Luring, I believe, is how you pronounce that. With so many cards that are strong against Plasma Pokemon nowadays, do you think that Plasma decks will drop near to zero in tournament play? I mean, it's...
One
I
word.
wouldn't say near to zero, but I would say that it's not only the cards that are strong against Plasma Pokemon, but it's, again, like, without Pokemon Catcher being a guaranteed catcher, there's just no way that a deck as fast as, or as reliant on its speed as Plasma can really thrive. It'll survive, but I don't think it'll be a contender. But I mean,
Yeah, it's dropped down to like tier 2 at like the very best.
best.
At least in its current incarnation.
Yeah, I mean, what would it have to be in order to really become competitive again? It would have to not rely on catcher, which means that I don't know, man. You need
I
bigger
feel like
defense.
the standard like Kyurem Deoxys thing, I think that's done. I don't think you can play like that anymore. I do think Lugia is still very viable. Being able to take 3 prizes on EXs, I don't think that'll ever go out of style. So if Plasma is going to stick around, it's going to be Lugia, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think Lugia is pretty strong just for the way the format is going to end up. I feel like Lugia had a huge problem with Enhanced Hammer, and it was always pretty strong versus Stage 2 attackers, just because you're going to do like 140, with its attack if you have 2 Deoxys on the field and take 2 prizes. So that was always pretty huge. And with Crushing Hammer coming back out, I feel like a lot of people are going to cut at least some Enhanced Hammers in favor of Crushing Hammer, just because it's more versatile and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because Enhanced wasn't played as much as it was, after Crushing Hammer was rotated. I mean, I guess it hasn't been very long, obviously, but
I mean, Enhance was played mostly because of like Plasma's dominance. Like it was a reaction to Plasma.
Yeah. So
I
now
think less decks are going to play Special Energy, so there's less of an incentive to run Enhanced Hammer.
right.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't think there's any incentive right now. Again,
sure
I would
people
replace
still
the
play
Enhanced
it.
Hammers for Crushings.
I would just go like maybe like 3 crushing, 1 enhance, just for like maybe I'll run into DCEs or something.
Lugia.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're still going to see some Verzian Mewtwo's that run 4 DCs or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Maybe Flareon will pop up. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Let's not go that far, alright? That deck is dead. DED, dead.
I don't think that deck actually
DEAD.
lost any.
I'm just
It
kidding.
actually got stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I always poke fun at Kyle because he tends to like all these funky decks and whatnot. And I mean, he started talking about Flareon with his 18 different evolution lines, and I mean,
I did bring 6 different evolution lines with me the day of the tournament. All 1/1 lines that I thought about putting in.
I'm telling you, this is stuff that I have to go through Facebook Messenger with this guy. He literally goes like, "Oh man, I'm adding a 1/1 Zoroark, and I need a way to beat
was
this.
a
I
good
need a
one.
1/1 Garbodor."
It was between Zoroark, which is the best one that I settled on, Garbodor, which I thought was useless because people were playing 2 Tool Scrapper. Was having trouble with Darkrai, so I had a 1/1 Hip Out online. So it knocks out
There you
Darkrai
go.
with a Silver Bangle. I had a 1/1 Excelgor, because it's just a good attacker in general.
A what?
Can-
A Powdon?
Yep.
Yeah, you heard right.
What is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
Sand Bazooka?
I don't know what that card is.
You know what the Pokemon is, though, right?
Not really.
The next Destinies.
Big hippo.
Yeah.
I had a 1/1 Scissor. That was not a good choice. Did not even test that one.
Oh, I remember this level X.
So yeah, there's a lot of options you can put into Flareon. I think now that Gothitell's back, I need to add Espeon again, just because I'm scared of that, but we'll see.
My goodness. My goodness. Do you understand what I have to go through now?
A lot more
But
options.
yeah. This is the stuff that I have to put up with.
I added Kecleon because that's a very good card I overlooked. It's very good against Mewtwo.
Yes, very.
Turns
And,
itself
That is really good.
And
Yeah.
Black Kyurem EX.
with Silver Bangle, you can copy Slash on Black Kyurem and do 180.
Yes.
It's got its uses.
Yeah,
I'm adding
Useful
a
in Blastoise Mirror.
yes, it actually is.
80. How do you do 180?
Silver Bangle.
60
yeah.
plus 30 times 6.
I was wondering. I was like, dude, this is 120. What am I doing?
I'm also adding a Dark Energy so I can copy Junk Hunt.
Boom.
So yeah, we're gonna have fun with Kecleon.
All right. Anyways, let's move on. Eric Gansman and Aaron Wing have both asked the same question. What are your thoughts on Weavile, guys? What are your thoughts on Weavile? Dreaded little
It's actually not bad.
Weasel.
I
I'm
think
assuming.
I have a. I like non-EX attackers a lot right now. The
You
big
would
thing.
have to run a dedicated dark deck though.
So it's not a big deal. You just play 4 executes and then Weaviles, and you just go ham.
Okay.
Play the deck a lot. I don't think it's bad. It's probably like tier 2. It relies a lot on execute. If you have one prize,
More first turn KOs, baby.
what?
No more first turn KOs when you started with a lone execute.
Nope,
Well,
I have
that-
done that.
Burbank Laser.
Yep, I did that to somebody.
Yeah. you would.
But yeah, if you have execute prize that kills you, if you start execute and they just play around it the whole game, that kills you.
It's much harder to play around it now, though.
Yeah, you still have escape rope.
Yeah.
Um,
We played on your second execute. Got him.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that's good. Might have to run town map, yeah, to get those executes out.
I feel like a big problem with it is Garbodor, and especially now that you can't catch your Garbodor, it could be an issue.
Yes.
I don't think that's as big of a problem because I run Sableye, and you can just get back to
Yeah.
the scrappers.
Yeah,
But it is a problem, definitely.
it's a more of a problem than it was before.
Unless you know you won't run into Terrakion EX anymore.
But you only need the tool scrapper on like certain turns, because sometimes you can just go like knockout, knockout, knockout. All right, tool scrapper, get my guys back, knockout.
Yep. I think Weavile's solid. 90 HP is always going to be the downfall. It doesn't survive. So you really like have to knock out 3 EXs. It's really bad against non-EX decks. Like, if they just use regular attackers, you can't win very often.
Yeah, I think that's where the format's shifting to. It seems like, at least to me, in my like small amount of testing, the non-EX decks were like the ones that were blowing people up.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it came down to the fact that you had Catcher. I mean,
Yeah.
with Catcher, just slow. You just don't let the slow decks ever set up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess I don't personally have any thoughts on Weavile. I guess they both covered it quite well, but I can't imagine that deck actually being.
He's a pretty sweet
contender.
Pokemon.
it is.
He is. What's his attack? Like Vilify? Or
He was
something?
he evolves off a Pokemon. I think one of the only Pokemon to ever be banned from the TCG.
True. Sneasel.
Alright. Kevin Cranberry Murphy asks, "You guys didn't talk about Dwebble. Just look at it."
I saw this in
it's
advance, and I looked at it, and I'm a fan.
I'm looking for it. Is it a psychic Pokemon?
It is a grass Pokemon. Not even
Grass.
close.
Well,
He's winking at you.
oh, there he is. Oh, he's so adorable. Look at him. He's winking. He's like a little thingamabobber.
That thingamajig, you
The
know.
hermit crab.
Yeah, that's what he is. What do you call him? Oh, man.
What?
What?
Alright. Potter's probably looking at it right now. He
Well,
doesn't like the fact he's winking at him.
so It's cute.
I was like,
the consensus is it's cute.
Grass type, and I realized it's bug type in the video game. I was like, this is rock type. This is dumb.
Got a new deck for next week's Bad Deck
I don't
Monday.
know types. I'm dumb.
What's the
New
new
deck is going to be Crustle with Sturdy. That can't be knocked out in one hit if it's got full HP. With Reuniclus and Virizion EX to stop. So he's going to sit there and not be knocked out.
Where is he?
That's funny.
He's in Boundaries Crossed.
How do you heal him?
Ridiculous.
Reuniclus.
Max potions.
Oh, neat.
Champions Festival.
Champions Festival.
I'm unimpressed.
It was very impressive until you said Champions Festival.
It'll get somebody. That's all that counts.
You'll play until it does.
This is true.
Oh, there he is, Crustle. All right, let's see. Let's put one. HP will be knocked out by time. That is horrible. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess if they don't play catcher, you win. Got
Well,
him.
they have to flip
Catcher,
for it.
huh?
Oh, you forgot.
Yeah. Wait, what? What'd I forget?
You gotta flip heads too.
Yeah, that's fine. That's expected.
I don't care if they hit one heads. I don't care if they hit two heads.
Your army of Crustles is
He
getting.
doesn't even care if they hit 3 heads.
Then I start caring.
But 4 heads.
There's no way you can get out multiple Reunicluses. Reunicli.
And I'm under no pressure.
It's not Reunicluses or Reunicli, it's just Reuniclus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can call them Reunicli. Those
You,
little
you don't
colors.
plural Pokemon names.
Pokemon, the plurals of Pokemon are just the Pokemon's name.
yeah, so Charizard is just Charizard. I
You-
saw a flock of Charizard.
Yeah, you say that's a lot of Pikachu.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so counterintuitive. All right.
It's Pokemon, they can do what they want.
It's the English language. It does what it wants.
Anyway.
let's see.
What do we got next?
Look, newer questions. I gotta refresh the page though. Talk about something, guys. Anything.
So, do you guys
Think
think Snorlax gets better or worse with the catcher change?
Ooh.
I think we can all agree Quad
worse.
Snorlax is dead forever.
Is it worse because then they can't catcher away your Snorlax?
Because
It's active.
more people just play Escape Rope, so they have more switch effects.
Do they?
Yes.
But how many Escape Rope will they really play?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And if they play escape rope. I mean,
Snorlax lives.
whatever. Yeah.
All right. We don't need downtime anymore, boys, because I found the next question. Emmanuel Dominguez asks, will they ever have a legendary poison Pokemon? I can't imagine them making one, to be honest.
A what?
A legendary poison?
Yeah, like they always
poison
have
type.
legendary,
Yeah.
I guess it would have.
psychic
It's
fire,
not legendary.
I guess it would have to be like.
It is in my eyes.
I guess it would have to be like Dragon Poison, and it would be like some kind of Viper like thing.
Poison is just like the neglected type that nobody likes.
Yeah, I can't think of anything legendary that like it would have to be like some sort of like a snake or something. It's not legendary, man. I want to see some like fire dog, like an Entei type of deal.
I was about to be like they can make the Hydra, but I just realized that was Hydreigon.
Yeah, that's dark. I mean, it just makes
No,
sense
but
when
it could have been poison because like the fangs of a Hydra thing.
I mean, then
maybe.
that's not legendary.
I don't know.
You know,
That's true.
like I want to see like I would never want to see a legendary poison Pokemon. I would feel kind of like
There is a legendary
Arceus.
poison. Oh, you got me. Yeah. Arceus is a legendary poison.
Oh,
Pokemon.
that's not even fair. That's not fair. It's every type.
It could be any type, man.
It's the original legendary fairy Pokemon.
Yes.
If it's holding the poison plate or whatever, it turns poison type.
all right, you got me.
Boom.
What's Arceus' backstory? It's like the
Alright.
original Pokemon or something? Or it's
It's
like
the
Created
god
all
world.
yeah.
All right, guys. Next question is from John Carinas. I'd like to know how Puka feels about the implications of Dusknoir's and similarly Garbodor's rise in popularity after Catch has been nerfed. So
Yeah.
how do you feel these two?
Go ahead, answer that, Puka.
I'll answer.
For the record, Pram's been Dusknoir's biggest fan since the dawn of time.
All bench
If anybody
sitting,
knows about Dusknoir, it's Pram.
all bench sitting Pokemon in general get a huge boost. Garbodor is a big one. Dusknoir is a big one. I want to see more like Electrodes, more Musharnas, all sorts of stuff out there. Dusknoir is just what?
I don't understand what happened.
Keep going. Keep
They
going,
asked
Kyle.
We're just
Dusknoir
playing. We're
to
just
me.
playing.
Not Pram.
Kyle mentioned Dusknoir earlier.
Go ahead, Pram.
No, I wasn't even listening. This is your question. You take it.
I'm handing it off to you.
I wasn't listening to what you were saying. I was too busy pretending I was sulking.
Electrode, Musharna, bench
Just
sitters.
saying all bench sitters get a big boost.
Yes, this is true. Kyle said a fact. Bench sitters are much better now, so things like Dusknoir become very powerful.
Altaria.
Garchomp Altaria does get a boost.
Yeah, I guess so. But thank you for answering that, Kyle. Puka.
You're welcome.
You appreciate it.
Thanks for the
all right.
question, John.
Colin Hendrickson asks, do you think Gothitelle Gardevoir could be a decent deck with the new rules?
Gothitelle Gardevoir.
Gothitelle, eh?
That Gothitelle or the other
It loses.
one?
It has the big downfall of Mewtwo, unfortunately.
I think Gothitelle could be good now.
Every-
Flips is back.
Well, every time
Tried
Gothitelle tried to like do something,
Drill not
Doom
good.
Decree.
Mewtwo just came in and was just like X-Ball.
What's the % chance on getting Doom Decree? Is it like 17?
30 something, you get to reflip
30, 37? Something like
somewhere
that?
around there.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
What is it
Gothitelle, what?
Without reflipping, what's the percentage?
25.
2 heads.
But then you have a 75% of the time you have to reflip, so you get that added on,
Oh, yeah. We're going in
which
big
is
here.
12.5.
Why do you
Third-
guys insist on doing this?
43%.
No, it's not that high.
It's not for. It's 37.5. Anyways, we will not do math anymore on this stream. If I hear another point of math, the show is just ending.
Gothitelle Gardevoir is a deck that people have been trying to make work since both of them have been legal at the same time, and it has never worked. I do not see it working, mainly because when Gardevoir came out, Mewtwo also came out.
It's actually
Like
not
Brad
37.5. I don't think it is. Hold on. Whatever. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Oh my goodness.
Come on. If Mewtwo is still around, which I'm sure it will be, then Gothitelle is going to have a bad time. The only way I could see this ever being possible is like Gothitelle, Gardevoir, Leaveney to take away your psychic weakness.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't think that's going to work.
Oh, you know what you can do is you can do Gothitelle Gardevoir with the fairy line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uxie, Azelf, Mesprit. Yep.
Your bench may be totally cluttered, but at least you got your one Gothitelle who's gonna try and tank the world.
It's 43.75%.
That's not. Don't worry about
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
it. I did a whole
I
show
will
about-
literally end the stream if we do not stop talking about math.
I want you to
this is
explain
just-
to me why it's not.
This is just
Ben-
embarrassing someone. I don't know
Let me
who's
link
gonna
you-
embarrass. It's just
I
gonna
want you to
embarrass
after the
someone.
show
No,
to
no, no.
my
Okay.
Tuesday tutorial. for the
25% of the
future.
time, you knock them out, right?
Right.
All right. The other 75% of the time, you get to flip again.
Right.
So during that 75% of the time, you get 25% chance.
You're right.
So
Correct.
so 0.25 times 0.75 is equal to 0.18 something
I'll believe you.
plus 0.25 from the original 0.25 is 43.75.
Does that equation actually work though?
I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna check his answers.
Stream chat confirmed. Stream chat confirmed. Owned.
Yeah.
And that's
Does
why
that
I'm a math
equation actually
major,
work, though?
and you guys are
Yeah,
not.
you're actually right. It's in my
That's why-
tutorial. I see it right now.
That's why I'm a math major and you guys aren't.
Correct.
Go figure. All right. So it's 43.75.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what my slideshow
Alright.
says.
And if it takes
That's
two
almost a coin
attempts,
flip, man. That might as well be a coin flip.
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I have won about
It's probably not pretty good, but
I've won about 43% of my games with flips. That's correct.
All right, so let's move on, please. The very next question is actually from Cass Bednarek, and I was waiting for this question. I couldn't believe that it hadn't been asked, and now here it is. Do you think Round will be seen and possibly win Worlds?
round
Too early to tell whether it'll win Worlds, but I think at least in the first couple of weeks, it will be a force to be reckoned with.
Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to make it all the way to Worlds with
That-
2 more sets coming out.
That's the issue.
Beat it out.
That's
Just
the
beat
issue.
it out.
3 more
People are
sets
gonna
coming out? I don't know.
2 more.
2 more.
Yeah, 2 more.
If
You
it
know
survives that long, maybe.
All throughout last season, anytime I posted a video with flips, the top rated comment was always, play this at Worlds. So people just like have a death wish to see me play these decks at Worlds.
They
You
don't
might
have a
do
death,
better.
buddy.
You might do better than you normally do at Worlds with these decks.
That is fair.
You might as well give it a shot. At this point.
43.75? Take those odds, buddy. Any day.
We just gotta get lucky a few times, that's all.
Yeah,
Can you
like
imagine being up on the main stage and it's just
Doom
decree.
Let's I win Worlds.
got him again.
the commentate, like you're on the feature match, the commentators are like, "There's no way this happens a 6th time in a row, right?"
Someone check his dice. That can't be right.
We have the judge.
Okay, like Kyle wins game 1, he goes, "All right, we're going to game 2 where we switched out the dice," and then it's just another double heads. And you're just like, Kyle doesn't even have a teeny in the play. It's just a straight
The
25%.
judge comes over to check, and he's like flipping the dice, and he's never getting double heads. And Kyle's just like, "You're not doing it right." Yell Doom Decree. Doom Decree. Oh! Got him.
It's a voice activated command.
Yeah.
Oh, someone in chat was like, "Boom decree."
All right. Very last question, and it's actually a pretty apt one. Abe Tyler asks, "What are your thoughts on Beachless Blastoise for the coming format? Worth playing without Beach, or should I find a new deck?" So that is a topic that we never even covered. Tropical Beach is going to be a force, and it's not getting any weaker. And we can talk about Tropical Beach for hours, honestly. So let's try to avoid that. But let's give our insight here. Cram?
We can also talk about Tropical Beach in under a minute. It's very good. Why would you play Blastoise without Tropical Beach? I mean, it's like
Some people can't afford it.
some people can't play Blastoise. Then that's just the rough truth of the world.
Well,
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I think Blastoise becomes more playable with the new rules. Even if you don't have Tropical Beach, you're safe from like a first turn stuff.
Actually,
I agree with you that it's more playable. But hold on. But I think that we can all pretty much agree here that we don't recommend Blastoise being played without Tropical Beach. It's just a recipe for disaster. I think there's a lot of decks that you can play that are, more cost efficient, more cost effective. When you don't play Tropical Beach and Blastoise, I mean, honestly, you're just hindering yourself, and you're playing a suboptimal deck. So you might as well look for something that you can afford, and play that, at the top of your, play the correct list and play at the top of your game. But if we focus on other aspects of Tropical Beach, though, then we have a lot more to talk about it and whatnot. But you were saying, Pram?
I got it. All right. Because everyone's going to start running Tropical Beach in their deck.
I do this as
All you have to do is go second. And that way, when they play their Tropical Beach down for you, you can use Tropical Beach going second.
Yeah, no advantage to going second.
Disadvantage.
Wouldn't you still want to go first? You get an extra turn.
No.
No, because they may not play Tropical Beach.
Oh,
Then
then
you're-
they don't
definitely
set up.
going to if you go second.
Then they don't set up.
No, but honestly, there's no way I would ever recommend playing deck without Tropical Beach. You guys
Hey
are crazy.
man, Blastoise with Electrode made top 8 at a regional. No beach.
Well, that's because Blastoise
about
itself is like if you hit the Blastoise, you're fine. If you start
but
attacking turn 2, sometimes you don't even
The
beach.
hitting the Blastoise that we're getting at here.
Yeah, I mean, like all my Blastoise games were struggles. I was clawing my way through, and I was playing like 3 beaches. So like,
So playing 0, no difference.
yeah, I mean like, all because beach was my most used attack in the entire tournament doesn't mean.
I would recommend playing at least another stadium at some sorts.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like a Champions Festival.
Pokemon Center.
Probably Pokemon Center.
Champions Festival.
No.
No, but seriously, are you guys actually recommending playing the deck without beach?
No.
I think we all agree it's optimal to play Tropical Beach, but if you still want to play it, you can still play it. It's still a good deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worse.
Okay.
You would
Sure,
have to run
I would
something.
definitely recommend playing a different deck, but
I would think there
I
are
just
better
can't see your experience
options.
being very good. I just can't see your experience being very fun after you play against a lot of players who continuously set up and you're struggling every time, or not every time, obviously, because sometimes you're not going to. But I mean, the reality of it is that Blastoise is very fickle and it's really hard to set up without. I mean, even with Tropical Beach, it's really hard to set up. So playing without it, I mean, you're just gonna have a lot of games where you're just not having fun. So that's why I would personally recommend just playing a deck that wouldn't have that issue.
I agree, but if you want to play Blastoise and you don't have access to Tropical Beach, I would say your best option is to run some sort of support Pokemon line, like an Electrode or a Musharna, just something to allow you to at least draw extra cards.
I like Musharna better
If you
than
can't get a real Tropical
Electrode.
Beach, I would recommend picking up a World Championship deck. You can use those.
Top.
You can use those at one tournament called the Klaczynski Open. Have fun.
Oh, can
use
you?
those the league? I'm sure you can, right? Like nobody's gonna be like, no.
Yes.
You could actually use that at the Klaczynski Open.
Yes.
And foreign language ones.
Oh, this just got really weird.
You didn't have anyone play World Championship deck Tropical Beaches on you?
No.
Because I did.
Potter
Yeah,
just
Ross-
goes like, nope, game lost.
My 5 opponents who played Blastoise just rolled me with
Like,
whatever they
I
had.
know Ross owns real beaches, but he was just playing his beaches.
I noticed that when I was commentating on his games. It's like, did he just... Yep, that's his own World Championship beach. I guess that's kind of cool.
I mean, I wanted to do that way back with my cards, but I could not.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna be the end of the show, man. I think we finally reached the end.
Yep.
Just making sure. Yep, that's it. All right, guys. I guess this is it. We answered all of your questions. Thank you for asking them. We do have the show kind of like once a month type of deal. Sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit shorter, depending on whatnot. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna be back right before cities start, or maybe even like in the middle of cities. So expect to see us then. We'll obviously make notes on our Twitter page and our Facebook page. Again, big shout out to Amanda Coves for making our playmat for us. She won the playmat contest, hands down. Her playmat was incredible, and she's been helping us out quite a bit with our logo and whatnot. So big thank you to her. Really can't thank her enough. The playmat is on sale. Playmat is on sale. Check it out on our website, thetopcut.net. If you guys enjoy the design, currently it's actually on sale for I believe $25 if you live inside of the United States, and a little bit more if you live somewhere else in a different country. But yeah, please take a look at it. If you guys enjoy the artwork, if you guys enjoy the top cut, and you guys want to represent us, then we would greatly appreciate it. And I guess we're gonna start saying our goodbyes. Yeah, I guess so. And Ben Potter, take it away.
Bye.
It's been nice seeing y'all.
Thanks for watching. It's been real.
Potter, what's your Twitter page?
They can see it on the stream.
All right. All right. Prim.
Have I ever said what my Twitter was ever in my
I don't
goodbye?
know, man.
No,
I've
I've
never
never done it
say
once.
goodbye.
Everyone I saw at Philly Regionals, it was great meeting you guys, seeing you guys again. I had a good time there. Next event I'll be going to is, I'm not actually sure, probably a city somewhere.
We'll be going to some league challenges.
Maybe a league challenge.
We'll be at them.
I do not know where. But if you happen to see me, come say hi.
Virginia.
It's always great to see you guys. And yeah, buy our playmats, please. They're great. It's great work. It looks great. It's personally my favorite playmat. And yeah, I like it a lot. So, Kyle.
Did you already say your goodbyes?
I thought he
Yes.
did. He went
No,
first.
I didn't. But yeah, honestly, all I'm going to say is a big shout out to @Crims23. That would be my Twitter page. Take a look at it if you guys enjoy listening to us talk about. Well, honestly, lately I've been talking a lot about Hearthstone because I've been playing that game a lot. But if you guys enjoy seeing us talk about pretty much everything that happens in our everyday lives, and follow us on our Twitter pages, and it's a good way to interact with everybody. I love interacting with viewers of the show, and whenever somebody has a question for me, I'm glad to answer. So, anyways, that's about it. Go ahead, Kyle. Take it over.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Like we've been saying, please, if you want to support us, go get our playmat. It's on the topcut.net. There's a big post about it, big picture of our playmat. You can see it. Follow us here on Twitch TV for those watching live, so you can see when we go live. We usually stream Mondays and Thursdays. Also, our YouTube channel, Top Cut Pokemon, posting new content on there very frequently. And our website, again, thetopcut.net, posting articles and such. And also our Facebook and Twitter pages, Top Cut Pokemon as well. So until next time, it was a good show. And that's it. See you guys next time.
Peace
Bye.
out.
Later, guys.